Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and today we are checking out She-Hulk Attorney at Law, an upcoming series streaming on Disney+. Now, I will say that I've already seen the discussion about this on Twitter, and apparently this visually is not what people wanted or were expecting. So we'll see what that means exactly. Attorney at Law. Okay, I don't know much about She-Hulk because never knew she was an attorney. Yeah, so a couple fun things about She-Hulk. She-Hulk is always in Hulk form once she becomes She-Hulk. Much like kind of like at the end of the Phase 3 Avengers films where Bruce Banner just kind of merged with Hulk and was just permanently Smart Hulk. She-Hulk is in that same realm, although there aren't two sides. There isn't a Hulk entity and then the human. She just becomes big, strong. She's hyper intelligent. She's an attorney. She continues to practice law while being She-Hulk, so she'll be in the courtroom like laying down law and like debating like whether something is should be a violation or not, while all beefed up and green, and then be like, all right, well, you're guilty, and then runs out of the courtroom and jumps over the frickin' thing to go fight crime and stuff. Yeah, She-Hulk is I was gonna be like, is Wonder Woman, because she does everything, but she's not Wonder Woman, she's She-Hulk. And so, yeah, she's a beautiful, intelligent, strong woman that works a day job and kicks ass and is a really incredible character. Now, we'll see what Disney is trying to do with She-Hulk at this point. But I'll just let it speak for itself. So let's go.
Being a superhero,
well, there's Bruce Banner.
is a trial by fire. Who's gonna protect the world if not people like you?
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a lawyer. I have great friends.
Can we get some shots, please? It's an emergency.
A demanding job.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you to be the face of it.
And a frustrating family.
Cause we didn't ask for this, but you still gotta deal with it. Your transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
Oh.
Bruce, kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
I just want to be a normal, anonymous lawyer.
Can you tell us where She-Hulk is?
Jen, you're a story now.
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now. You could be an Avenger.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason. Is there anything more depressing than dating in your 30s?
Yeah, this is the best date I've had in a while.
Oh.
Should we split some fries?
Let's get those to go.
Okay, so you know how I mentioned before we click play that one of the defining characteristics of She-Hulk was that she's always She-Hulk? That apparently isn't true. At least not in this, because people were asking where She-Hulk was. Also, She-Hulk originally, I don't believe, was related to Bruce Banner. And I don't believe, in most circumstances, was it a familial trait that the Hulk gene existed. I mean, obviously, depending on which Hulk movie you're looking at, like, it was like, 2008's like The Incredible Hulk, like he turns into the Hulk and then his father tries to turn himself into the Hulk and turns himself into a storm cloud or whatever. But that was
Gotta deal with it.
not,
Transformations are triggered
so, the thing that people were discussing on social media was the way that she looks, okay? because She-Hulk is normally very muscular, which, do not get me wrong, this design of She-Hulk, she is very fit and definitely has muscle definition. I mean, you can see the muscle definition right here when she stands up. And, like, you know, but this is like an athlete's body and not a Hulk-like body. That said, tall, strong, whatever. That is a discussion that I think could be had elsewhere and is not necessarily important to this conversation. But she is athletic rather than what you would define as, well, I mean, fucking look at the Hulk right here. Like, he's got defined muscles, bulging biceps, and, like, let me just pull up a fucking picture of She-Hulk art. I mean, it's in the thumbnail for everything, but, like, She-Hulk, she was still, you know, less bulky than what, I got to be careful with some of these pictures, actually, but she still had the corded, rippling muscles, right? This design of She-Hulk does not, even though Hulk does. It's also very weird to me that there's this, like, just direct connection to Bruce Banner, and it makes me, like, really sad that exists in such a way, because I feel like they didn't trust She-Hulk to be able to stand on her own without having Hulk in it, and that's disappointing. It looks like there's some comedic elements in it, which that's one of the defining characteristics of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is they have this brand of comedy. Some people hate it, some people don't, but it very much exists.
Yes.
And, like, yeah, it's still good. It's still good. If you don't like it, I completely understand.
Can you tell us where She-Hulk is?
But the problems that I have with this, see, this is the shot that I've seen over and over again. Is this shot right here of the CG right here. Like, she looks like a PlayStation 3 cinematic. This looks like CG from 2005. Like, her face looks so computerized. And like, this exact screen cap is the one that I've been seeing over and over and over again. Most of the rest of this looks fine, right? I mean, a lot of this is kind of blurry, and which makes me think that it's early footage. But, like, right here when she's talking, this just looks perfectly fine. I have no issues with this. I am curious how they're doing this. Are there two actresses that they're using for She-Hulk? One that is non-Hulk and one that is Hulk? Like Love It in Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy is very fitting in those IPs. Are you talking about the comedy? Yeah. You know, I'm not actually that concerned with this CG the way that some other people are. Also, is Kick-Ass in this? Was that fucking Kick-Ass right there? Damn it. Pause when I ask you to pause. Is that Kick-Ass? Is Kick-Ass even Marvel? It sure looks like Kick-Ass. Anyway, my biggest concern, and maybe it's just because of the way this trailer was cut, is She-Hulk not always She-Hulk? Or does it take a while for it to be permanent? Or what? I'm confused. And obviously most of this is probably going to be She-Hulk accepting the responsibility of being a superhero with the general setup. And, you know, I don't know if I want to be Hulk. I don't know if I want to be a superhero. I just wanted to practice law. But my questions, my concerns are significantly less about the CG, because if we look at some other movies within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the ones that sticks out wildly in my brain is actually Black Panther. The first Black Panther movie had really, really rough CG. Some of those animals, a lot of the water, you're just like, man, where'd the Marvel budget go? We know where the Marvel budget went, by the way. We know why that movie didn't have CG on the level of everything else. If you know, you know. Anyway, and I feel like that same type of thing might be happening here, but I'm more concerned about the storyline than I am anything else. Kind of like Hulk wasn't full-time till he accepted himself. Even then, he wasn't full-time until he experimented on himself to make it permanent. But that was one of the differences with She-Hulk, is that She-Hulk just was permanent. She never went back. But it's also, you know, She-Hulk won't have, like, we can see, assuming that this is the first transformation going on right here, or relatively speaking, maybe not completely, but
Like the baseline of any woman just exists.
she transforms into She-Hulk and then immediately already is fully in control of herself. I mean, she's going to go kick his ass, but, you know, that's completely different. I have concerns, but they're not visual. They are not visual concerns. They are concerns about the story entirely. And I do worry that too much of this is being tied into other things and not being given the ability to stand on its own. But that's my take. What is your thoughts? I would love to hear it, especially because like I'm not super plugged into the Marvel Cinematic Universe anymore. The last actual movie that I watched was Spider-Man Far From Home. I've not seen a lot of the series that have come out. I haven't went to the movies because of the pandemic and stuff. So, you know, I'm not plugged in entirely to where the cinematic universe is at this point. Obviously, I've read the internet, and you can't really avoid spoilers for these things. So I know a lot of what's going on, but I've not personally watched it the way that I did all the way up until Far From Home. So it's interesting to me. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you'd like to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. And speaking of Discord, we actually have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own so we can check them out together live on stream, because we stream 4 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And I'd love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. But we actually have more of these that we're going to go check out. And if you want to catch those, please go find them on the channel. And if you do go watch one of those other videos, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you, and enjoy.